One of the great places to go if you're in the Fairbanks area is Running Reindeer Ranch. It's just a few minutes away, and it is exactly as it sounds. It's a place you can go to see reindeer and, in fact, walk with them. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's in a beautiful area, again, of the Fairbanks area. They have a bread and breakfast there. Holly and I stayed at. Happened to be our anniversary when we stayed, but you can see it's nestled there in the woods. The inside is very nice. It's like a loft apartment type thing. Not real big, but for a couple, it's perfect. Got a queen size bed. I think that was queen or a double. It's got the little living area. A kitchen downstairs that you can use. And then a larger area where you can see the loft overlooking the larger area. The larger area downstairs, but that's also used for their talks after the Reindeer Walk. We'll talk about that more in a minute. And of course, their friendly dog comes around on the deck to greet you. But the views are just beautiful because, again, you're in the woods. And I would imagine this would be a great place to see the northern lights too, if you hit the timing just right. One of the nice things about staying at the B&B, you're there before the crowds, so you can go up and see the reindeer. You can see what they do with them during the off hours. You can get in and actually get near them like Holly did here. But then also we had the opportunity to see them actually milk reindeer. I would have never thought it, but they milked it, and I don't remember what they do with it. I think they save it for newborns that are in need of it. But there they are milking one of the reindeers. It was our anniversary night, I mentioned, so we went down into town to Geraldo's, a really good Italian restaurant in Fairbanks, which I would recommend. It's got that Italian guy there you can get your picture with, but they have really good food, really good salad bar, as I recall. But it's a good place to go if you like Italian food there in Fairbanks. But then one of the things about Running Reindeer Ranch, you are with the reindeer. You walk with them. They give you the opportunity, of course, to be with them. But they start out with a little talk. They give you the do's and don'ts, some warnings, what to do if we encounter moose and things like that in the field there before we get going. And then you head out and hike through the woods with the reindeer. And by the way, we went in late August, so it was warmer weather. It was still green out. But walking with the reindeer, they've got the path that they walk. You walk along with them. They stop along the way and tell you things about them, interesting things about reindeer. Which, by the way, reindeer are when they are in captivity or domesticated. Caribou are when they are in the wild. So just keep in mind, reindeer, pretty, caribou, yummy. So there they are going through the woods, which they do, looking for something to eat as they walk along with the tourists. Again, stopping along the way. They'll ask questions. The owners there are very knowledgeable of reindeer. Obviously, they've been raising them for a while. Started out as their daughter's project. When the daughter went off to college, they took it over. But you have the opportunity when you get to the top of the trail to get a picture with a reindeer. That's a big deal. But then we got to go again. One of the nice things about Running Reindeer Ranch, once you pay to go, you can go for free with other paying guests. So we went here with Holly's mom and sister, and then Julia and Heidi. You can see here, I think it was October, so there was more snow on the ground. In fact, it started snowing when we were there. It was just a beautiful setting for reindeer, obviously. Walking through the same trails, and it's kind of uphill. It's not bad. It's not too strenuous. I'd say moderate. Holly's mom was able to make it at 80-something. Walk up the hill, get your picture taken with the reindeer once again. There's Heidi and Julia. And then you hike back down the hill. But everybody has an opportunity for the picture. You take turns taking each other's pictures. But then it's really fun just watching the reindeer interact, watching them look for food, paw through the snow to find the types of stuff that they like to eat. But then you walk through and you hike back down to the beginning place. You go into the where they do the bed and breakfast, like I mentioned, where they have the talk afterwards. after you get through it. And when it's cold, it's nice because they have hot tea, hot chocolate, specially made cookies that you're able to get while you're listening to the talk about the reindeer, about the history and all that. We went again in March with our daughter Hannah and son-in-law Jamie. We were able to go free because we had paying guests with us. But again, the snow was still on the ground. It was still cold there in Fairbanks, Alaska. And we did the hike. We listened to the talk. We did the hike, walking with the reindeer once again. Every time you go, you learn something new. If you hear something different or different questions are asked. By the way, we asked about when they learn to fly, and they say that's another type of reindeer or another place where that happens. Or maybe there's fairy dust or something. I think they just didn't want us to see them fly. But we had a good time. We had the pictures again, once again, when we got to the top of the hill with the reindeer. And we like to take it with the family as well. That's me and Holly along with Hannah and Jamie. And we hike back down. Once again, we hike down the trail. We go back to the chalet where we hear more. We have the cookies, the hot chocolate, the tea. Hear more about the reindeer and the experience. So it's a great thing to do. I encourage you, if you're in Fairbanks, and I'd encourage you to stay there at their bed and breakfast too, if you're going to be in the area. So this was Running Reindeer Ranch in Fairbanks, Alaska, with Holly and Daryl.